competition behind him gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about more draft news, where we left off last week with all the audio problems. This, the unrestricted free agents, and much, much more live with Aaron and John. Yo. What's up, dude?
Dude, what's up?
Dude, what a whirlwind.
It was really refreshing to see 7 sacks, though. I can't remember the last time we had more than 2 or 3.
Dude, I don't even know why that was on there. But anyway, welcome everybody.
How did that happen?
I don't know. It's like when all right, so for everyone that's not out there, after last week's debacle, we kind of hit rock bottom like the Redskins. And I basically scrapped everything on the computer that we were podcasting from and moved to completely new software, completely new hardware, and we're trying to figure it out. But right now, we think we're streaming on YouTube. We believe.
It looks like it. I've checked it out. It looks like we're on there, and we've got a chat in our Discord room on Discord.com.
The one thing I forgot to do was hit recording on the normal podcast, and I just did that. Yeah, so basically the way it's working
Right.
is and it seems like everything's working, is as you can see on the podcast, we have the Peanut Gallery, the official Peanut Gallery from Discord on there.
Discord.
If you go in Discord, you can go to the live podcast room and you will see the actual podcast and can listen. And then if you want to be on the show, just hit us up in the Peanut Gallery text. We can bring you on the show. Just make sure you read the room rules about reading ready to go live. You need headsets, basically. And we'll pull you on audio only. We're not going to pull you on video, so you don't have to worry about, brushing your hair or anything.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, bandwidth. I was going to say bandwidth, but brushing your hair, I don't know, brushing your teeth.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to send a shout out to Sean who helped us get everything going.
Yeah.
Helped us with some testing. We tried out like 10 different softwares, and we hope this will be a solution that people likes and gives a hangout. Not only for the people that hang out on YouTube, we'll still be monitoring that chat.
Yeah.
But also the people in,
in Discord.
In Discord. But right now, I don't see anyone in there, so I don't know if it actually tweeted out that we were live. That might be a setting I didn't find.
Maybe.
Because usually, at least a handful of people pop in to the YouTube chat.
A couple of people are online. Jason, Ruby Tripper. Everybody else is offline right now. It's Tuesday night. Maybe they're working late or something.
Gotcha. I think I can send them a message in Discord. We are online. We'll see if anyone pops in. And it pops up in Discord. So you probably see that, John, right?
I do. I like how
right.
Discord is working. It is it's moving smooth.
Do you have the YouTube feed up right now?
I do. Hold on. Yeah, I do.
Are you seeing a green box around you? Because I have no idea if that gets transferred to the live feed.
Not right now.
Okay, great. Then it works fine.
So you seem to be okay.
So basically what I'm hoping, dude, is with this set, because we had all those frustrations for years over on that other setup, that we can get this where we can focus on talking about the Redskins and not worrying about wiggling people's wires.
And whatnot. Yeah, really.
And whatnot. So, and we can have a way for people to interact with us efficiently. So,
which is nice. Yeah.
So anyway, keep it PG. PG-13 if you come into the chat room and start texting. There's Sean in. He made it on. I guess he'll be able to let us know if the I guess it didn't send out the thing that it usually does that says we're going live. But YouTube should for the subscribers. I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps.
Anyway. Talk about some Redskins stuff. I spent my week setting up this new recording system.
Well,
and I was like, you were like, today, John was like, what are we going to talk about today? And I was like, I guess the stuff we didn't talk about last week.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about some of the guys like that dude Deke that we drafted in the 4th round to be the new left tackle. We hope he does well. That dude Keith Ishmael in the 5th round to be a center.
It's not Ishmael. It's like Israel, I think.
Isn't it Ishmael? It's Ishmael. It's Ishmael.
There's a big difference. About? You know, one of those dudes is like, you know, Muslim,
one
and the other one's
is
Jewish.
Ishmael. No, one of those dudes is Ishmael. The other dude is Israel. No one's.
So which is
Ishmael? It's Ishmael. Ismael. Dude, what do you guys think in the peanut gallery? Seriously, Ishmael.
It's not Ishmael. Anyway, he's a tackle / guard. But we didn't even mention
center / guard.
I mean, we got into. I gotta say, I wasn't that excited about the draft, to tell you the truth. Like, the picks, I was like, why are we getting these dudes? What? But you know what? Maybe Ron Rivera and the scouts know what they're doing.
One of the things I was trying to say to you during the draft, and you were like, I don't like this pick. I don't like this pick. And I was just like, remember, we've got more holes on the team than picks in the draft. Like, we've got all these spots. We can only fill, you know, we don't want to like get some guy who's probably not going to be good when we can get a guy who's, you know, who for I think all the most part, except for one guy, I think we're going to be good. You know, like going forward, even if it's just a depth thing. But we couldn't fill every hole. It's just impossible.
It was impossible, dude.
It was impossible to fill all the holes, dude.
So my question to the Peanut Gallery, which is Sean in at this point.
And David Hersey.
And David
Hersey over in YouTube.
Oh, he's over in the YouTube.
And the YouTube.
So my question to the Peanut Galleries, plural, that we're trying to unify.
Yep.
So after the draft, what is you guys' thoughts on the biggest hole on the team? You guys.
Going forward, and don't forget, you know, Thaddeus Moss, that tight end, who really, I don't know, I don't think that's really impressing us on tight end other than being a blocking guy.
Dude, we wouldn't even be talking about Thaddeus Moss if it wasn't for his namesake. Yeah.
Yep.
I did think it's interesting that Thaddeus Moss has the chance to play on the same team as a dude that played with his dad.
That's pretty crazy.
AP.
That's got to be awesome for AP.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, all right, Moss. Basically, he's got to be just like Moss. All right, block for me. Because that's all he does. Like, he's got like 5 passes in his college career or something like that. Although he did catch a touchdown in that title game. So.
Yeah,
I mean,
he did. But
he could be like an understudy Clint Didier.
But what we're up with the
wide receiver? David Hersey said wide receiver or cornerback being holes on the line. Yeah, really.
Sean in says OLB and OT, and out of those 4, I'm going to take a combination of those. I'm going to say CB and OT.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
And here's my thought on that: wide receivers. How do I say this?
We got Terry McLaurin in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and then I saw a study. We may have mentioned this on the podcast. First and second round wide receivers are often busts. Like 2nd to 4th round are where a lot of the wide receivers in the league come from.
Yeah. All in all, I mean, like it's very hit or miss. It's not as hit or miss as trying to get a quarterback in the 1st round, but it's still it can be a mess. And again, like I said, we got McLaurin in the third round. Nobody thought he was going to be such a great receiver in his first year. Hopefully he'll continue that on. We'll see. But if he's the lead on like a brand new receiving core going like all young guys, it could be like him and Kelvin Harmon, and well, it's not going to be that dude that got arrested. That's for sure. But you know, it could be all right. Oh yeah. And also, I don't think it's going to be that Trey Quinn.
Mr. Irrelevant.
He is Mr. Irrelevant. That guy.
Dude, let's talk a little bit about this guy that got arrested now that you brought it up. I saw on the ESPN news ticker that Cody Latimer, Redskins wide receiver, got arrested, and I was like, who? Did he play for us? I thought he was on the Giants.
He did. He played for the Giants. He has not played for us. He was an off-season acquisition.
Well, then we don't want to claim him.
Character issue.
We don't want to claim him.
Now the thing is with this whole thing is that there's that whole thing that he said, or people said that the guy that he had a problem with, he fired a gun next to the guy's head, apparently abused his daughter.
That's what the lawyers leaked out.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. So
I mean, if that really happened, did you say a 4-year-old daughter? I heard it was a son.
I didn't say 4-year-old. I didn't say a 4-year-old. I said his oh yeah, I didn't say a 4-year-old daughter, but yeah, daughter or son, either way.
It was a son from what I heard.
Yeah. But either way, like if he was confronting some guy who would like abuse his kid, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
I'd probably do the same thing, but actually, no, I probably wouldn't go wave a gun in there. I'd probably use all the legal things I could do, and if I was a football player and had some money, I'd be hiring like the best lawyers to make sure this dude paid. I don't think I would bust in there and do that with a gun, but then again, you know, I'm not a football player that's used to hitting people every day.
We do not know the situation, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is gonna the real story behind this one is gonna come out going forward.
Yeah,
so.
I can't pass judgment.
So based on everything we know now and things that we think we know, what do you think about going into the future? Like, should we have just cut him right away? Because it happened right after the whole Quentin Dunbar was involved in some crazy robbery at a barbecue.
I don't think we need to be cutting him right away. For example, if you were, there's always the other side, like we heard came out, right? Why do we need to cut him? It's not like he's playing this week.
Right now, they're saying, and I remember when we signed him, people were saying he's like going to fight for a roster spot with Trey Quinn. So
then maybe just cut him anyway. It's not like he's a superstar. It's not like we traded.
Yeah.
And got a superstar. Like when we tried
Gotta
to
be
get
something there.
We didn't even mention this because we had an absence for so long on the podcast due to the shell shock of COVID-19 and other things. But we didn't even mention that supposedly the Redskins tried to get, the dude from the Cowboys.
The Cowboys?
Who is he? Come on, guys.
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. You know I've had 7 concussions. Amari Cooper. We tried hard to get him, supposedly.
Yeah, we really did. But, I mean, he signed with the Cowboys because he always wanted to sign with the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
And he made a big point to say, I'm not going to take more money to go away. So, I mean, yeah. But again, that goes back to our whole thing about holes on the team. We still have more holes that we need to do something with. And the hole at the wide receiver spot, I'm still not convinced that that's really that much of a hole. I think we could end up with a really good, like young wide receiver core.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we just kind of scrapped everything, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we're building around that defensive line with a defensive-minded coach, a legitimate, established
defensive-minded coach,
and an established defensive coordinator. It's not just some random dude.
Dude, I feel like Jack Del Rio was more of a thing than Rod Rivera. It really is, because of how jacked up our defense has been for the last few years.
Yeah, I know. I'm typing into the Peanut Gallery on YouTube. They're also acting as our troubleshooters right now. They're like the guys in the sound guy in the back of the room during sound check.
It's just going. Well, we've got, along with the wide receivers, don't forget we got Cam Sims and Steven Sims Jr. in there as well. We got that dude, Kelvin Harmon, who I think is better than the seventh rounder that we had to spend on him. Trey Quinn, I think you and I both agree that he's kind of
Steven Sims
And
Jr.
dude, we got Jester Way.
Who's that?
Oh, you don't remember Jester Way? Jordan Vesey?
They sound
Isaiah Wright.
Jordan.
You don't remember these guys?
Where did they come
Oh, there's
from?
Corey Latimer. Corey Latimer has been in the league for like 7 years. How was he lasting so long? And we even have that dude, Kidsey Jr. So,
Yeah, I think we could
have
have
a lot of guys.
I think we got a lot of dudes competing for wide receiver, and I think did you mention Kelvin Harmon?
Kelvin Harmon, our 7th round pick, who has already shown that he's a better guy than that. Another big receiver as well.
And this AGG guy, I don't know. I got a feeling about him.
Yeah, really.
We got an A+ on that pick from everyone, and it was a 4th round pick from Liberty, dudes.
From Liberty, the only guy, like I said in the last podcast, which you may not have heard, that he's the only guy I've ever seen on TV from Liberty that I was like, that guy's kind of good.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sean N is loving himself some twin.
Oh, yeah?
Saying he's a poor man's Beasley. Or maybe he's not. Like he knows that I couldn't stand that Cole Beasley guy. Like, I couldn't stand.
Yeah.
When that dude was on the freaking Cowboys and he would like torch us, and then I'd just be like, dude, I cannot stand that Beasley guy.
He was like Trey Quinn. He was like Trey Quinn was like a poor man. Yeah, it was exactly right, because Cole Beasley would be like, first down.
And every time he did that, I like threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So the wide receivers, like, I'm kind of with you, John. They're unproven, to David Herzig's point.
Yeah.
But I think they have an
okay
opportunity.
there.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I'm more concerned about cornerbacks. We lost Dunbar. We got back the dude that we said we never should have traded in the first place. Kendall Fuller. Who I think is going to be a good, solid guy, just like he should have been for us anyway. All this other
Why
time.
do we trade to that coach? That coach has just screwed us over so many times. Anyway.
Oh, my sound effects aren't all working. I just tried to hit I called it and it didn't work.
No way. Oh.
Dude.
That one is. So I had to transfer all the stuff over to this computer, right? And every once in a while a random sound file, I guess, didn't make it. But we got Sean in, and we got CJack17 in the Peanut Gallery, and I think they're finding out that they can type right onto the live podcast. Keep it clean, yos.
Right on to live podcast. Got CJ Shoots photo and Paul Tattersdill. Wow.
Yeah, Sean in, dude.
Look at that.
Sean in has now advanced to level 3 on the Discord. So basically what my whole idea with this Discord thing, I know you guys are like, quit pushing the Discord. I wanted to start a thing for Harry Hogg where you can go whenever you want and chat with fellow Redskins fans. And so there's different chat rooms set up in there. We're streaming the podcast live into there now. We plan on hanging out in the voice chat during the games, hopefully. Just us talking.
Yeah.
Because during the
Absolutely.
games, usually I call John and we're just on the phone the whole game. So we'll probably just have that going on in there if people are interested. And the main reason is because when we started doing this podcast at our heyday, when before all the technology with video and everything came out, we had so many people like Redskins fans that were in the military overseas that were like, dudes, I love your podcast because it's like I'm hanging out with my friends watching the game back home when I can't be doing that. And you're not just like sportscasters. And,
really.
And then the other people that we hear a lot are people from like England that don't have any other Redskins fans around, and people that maybe moved out west or something and are no longer in the DC area.
Yeah.
So
nice.
We kind of wanted this to be like a place for them to hang out in the Discord and, trying to combine the podcast in there as well. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but it would be sweet if people kind of just took ownership of it as their own place to hang out. Yeah, Sean N says he was one of. Sean N, were you one of the military guys? He said he was one of those. If so, thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah, no lie.
So, anyway, let's see. Now that CJ Shue's photo and some other guys are in, we posed this question before you guys popped in. Now that we've had the draft, what positions do you feel are the weakest on the team? We have just addressed wide receiver, and what else? Sean N said outside linebacker. How do you feel about that, John?
Yeah. When you went through the four positions there, and you were like, "Oh, I'll take these two," and I was like, outside linebacker. I was like, "Oh, I kind of want to like curve that one into the first two. It's almost like an A- on these or something like that.
An F minus,
an F minus,
a D minus,
really.
Or E in Virginia Beach? Do they still have E's?
E. Oh, of course they have E's. We don't have S. We don't want to like. Anyway, so. It's really interesting thinking about the outside linebackers because we're going from 3-4 more or less to 4-3 more or less. So we're going to have Kerrigan and we're going to have like Sweat back there, and of course Chase Young. So who are we going to play on the outside linebacker spots, like on both of them, instead of going with what? It's kind of the same because we had the inside linebacker and a couple outside linebackers, or maybe you had two inside linebackers playing that way. But we kept having the slowest guys on the field back there. They could not cover any tight ends for years and years and years. You guys know it. You guys know that. So who is going to play outside linebacker this year around?
Dude, read me the roster positions. That's your job.
See, I think that this is going to be one of those. For outside linebacker, I think this is one of those holes that we didn't fill this year. Because there's so many holes on the team. So starting with outside linebacker.
I don't even know who is our outside linebacker.
I guess it's just I'm looking at the linebackers. John Bostic is inside.
He's in.
Well, remember still on there, but
well, a lot of our outside linebackers, are like Ryan Kerrigan, who are now, I guess,
who are now playing defensive ends.
Yeah,
which is where this should be.
So
we have a Kalike Hudson back there, one of our draft picks, the guy from Michigan.
Okay.
Cole Holcomb.
Cole Holcomb, that dude, he was one of my favorite players last year.
Yeah,
I gotta say. Yeah.
We have Sean Deion Hamilton, Josh Harvey Clemens,
the Dash guys.
We have Reuben Foster, who we don't know if he can still play.
They're dashing.
And we have another. Oh, who is this guy?
Wait,
he's another dash guy. His name is Kevin Pierre Louis. Dude,
isn't he a MMA guy from Canada?
He went to Boston College, so maybe.
Oh. So Reuben Foster, we don't know if he's going to play again.
And don't forget Ryan Anderson as well.
Yeah, Ryan Anderson.
I think Ryan Anderson is actually going to do well with having the two inside, two outside guys this time around. I always thought he was really a person that was out of his position.
Yeah, and I heard an interview. I think it was with my dog and cousin John Allen. I think they were asking him about who he thought to look out for this year, who was going to be the most improved. And I think, if I remember correctly, he was saying, dude, what was the guy you just said? I just lost my train.
Ryan Anderson.
Ryan Anderson, thank you.
Mr. Anderson.
I thought it was good. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm losing my mind more every day. Ryan Anderson is the guy he said to look out for. So I think it's going to be Ryan Anderson and probably Cole Holcomb out there, right?
On the outside. I think
and John
so.
Bostic on the inside.
Yeah, John Bostic. I still don't know. I think John Dion Hamilton or somebody like that on the inside as well. If he and Josh Harvey Clemens. We need to start a whole dash club.
Wait, is David Herzing? David Herzing said that Cole Holcomb is inside.
He is. He's got a little bit of speed. He doesn't have a lot. He has more speed than what's his face that like bashed the fans and we cut him like last year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that whole system.
The best thing about having the 4 guys back there instead of the 3 guys is that the outside guys don't have to be as quick as you normally have. You know what I'm saying?
They do now, though.
They do now.
If anyone can get past our stout
our defensive line. I sent, or last week, I don't remember if I talked about this on the last podcast, but last week I was telling you that I was seeing a lot of people chatting online from like Philadelphia and Dallas, places like that, and of course New York, and everyone was just like the entire Reds. It was basically talking about what do you think is an underrated part of one of the teams that's in your division, so you're gonna have to see them twice a year, and all of them were just like Washington's defensive line over and over again. I think if we're able to play this ball, then I think that's going to be very.
But
we're going to go from like 29th to like top 10 in 1 year.
If we do that, dude, I was thinking about this. If we do that, it's almost completely on the coaching. Because people were saying that last year, and all of us were like,
I was saying that last year.
Stacked.
I was saying that the year before. I was like, how are these guys not doing stuff? Like, can't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, so were the pundits, dude. They were all saying we were going to have an improved defensive line, and then we were like, what were we, 30th?
We were like 29th or 30th. I mean, we had the second pick in the draft, man.
So, I mean, in defense. But
I think in defense, it was 29th in run and 31st in the pass or vice versa, something like that. We sucked.
But now we've got such depth on the defensive line, and you can just like rotate dudes in. I mean, we have Tim
Settle. As our 4th defensive lineman. Tim Settle's our 4th defensive lineman.
Ioannidis, Settle, John Allen,
and of course, and Jerome Payne, of course,
dude. And then still on the outside, rotating in and out, we've got Sweat, who started to get better at the end of the year.
Yeah,
Ryan Kerrigan, who still has
out of this position. Ryan Kerrigan is very underrated. A few people mentioned just him.
Dude, I think Ryan Kerrigan is going to have a fat year this year when he's not trying to cover people over there.
I think all of them are going to have a fat year over there because they don't have to cover people. I mean, that's a very unique position. You have very few people who can actually play that edge place that they're starting to talk about now.
Yeah, if they don't do better this year,
top 10, dude, top 10.
They don't do top 10, then these guys are busts. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the defensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I love Tim Settle. I love Deron Payne.
He's the 4th lineman, man. 4th.
Ioannidis.
4th defensive lineman.
Ioannidis
had 8.5 sacks.
And John Allen, that dude's a leader. Have you heard him talk in interviews?
Yeah,
he's basically awesome. Like, I don't care. We just need to go kick some butt. I don't care. Let's just.
And Deron Payne just looks like he's ready to punch something. Every time people talk to him, he's just like.
Dude, you know what we need to come up with a question, and then we need to test to see if we can actually take a call on Discord. So come up with something good.
Let's see. Who do you think will start on our roster right now at outside linebacker? Because that's my favorite question so far of everything we've talked about.
Good question. And if you are interested in coming on to the podcast, say so in the Discord chat. And then I believe I can unmute you, and you may have to unmute yourself. We're going to test this and see how it works. And then we'll bring you on. So we've got a few people in there. I know Sean N wants to come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, who should we start or who will start at outside linebacker is the question.
Well, let's start. Yeah, let's say outside and inside. Who do you think would be the four starters
I think
at that point? Because I don't know how much more there is at free agency that we can really pick up.
The 3 starters, dude, we switched.
Right. Yeah. 4-3.
Well, I think it's going to be John Bostic on the inside, but we'll see.
Probably because I think he's yeah. Do we have someone on?
Yeah, they didn't say if they're ready to come on yet. You're going to need headsets, so let us know if you're ready to come on. In the meantime, what else did we want to discuss? There was another issue. Oh, Adrian Peterson this week. Did you see how pumped he was?
Oh yeah, dude.
Adrian Peterson said that we were going to run the table. All right, Sean N's down. Question posed is who is going to start at linebacker for the Redskins? Let me see if
outside and inside.
Let me see if I can get him on here.
Yeah, because again, like we were saying, that's one of those real questionable spots right there. I mean, we know that cornerback is a. We really don't know what's going to go on in secondary like that. But with linebackers, I think we got enough guys on there that they can do well enough.
Oh,
we'll see.
These dudes didn't realize this, but Sean N and CJ Jack 17, you can go into the live podcast room now. You should be able to on your own, and because I removed the restrictions, and actually watch the podcast in there. So go ahead and try that, and then I'll try to bring you on. If you can't get in there on your own, let me know and I'll move you in. We're still learning, dudes. We're still learning, but this could be really cool if it works. So, I guess I can tell him in the text because he's going to hear it delayed on the. He's in there. Yeah. He brought himself in there. So now I just have to unmute him. I think. How do I unmute him?
Man, I don't know. CJ Shoots photo said Reuben Foster's I don't know. I understand that he's riding his bike and everything, but I still have a hard time feeling that if he has numbness in his leg, that we're going to see him on the field ever again. So hopefully we'll see. We'll see on that.
It's not letting me unmute him. Here, keep talking. I'm going to figure this out.
But he said, CJ Shoots photo, that Thomas Davis Jr. is Sam and John Bostic is Mike. Yeah, he really thinks that's going to be Reuben Foster as well. So, man, knock on wood. That would be nice. That would be really nice. It would be nice if nothing else because we're Redskins fans. It would be nice to have everything keep going in our way.
Mm-hmm. Keep talking, dude.
David Herzing was saying about how Jonathan Allen was supposed to fix the line, and then Deron Payne was supposed to fix the line, and then they came in. And Aaron, you really had a point. If they can't fix it this year, if we don't see market improvement this year, then those guys are busts.
Yep.
It's like those guys are okay players. So, but again, I think we will. Jack Del Rio is going to have linebackers fly. Even our mid-level linebackers that are going on right now, these guys are going to be on it. I'm telling you, by the end of the year, we're going to be like, oh man, it's going to be awesome.
All right, keep talking. I'm figuring it out. Sorry, dudes. This is the first time we've gone live at this.
First time. So now let's look at the cornerback situation. This part is the other hole that is a bigger hole really than even the linebacker position. because we got guys. We got Kendall Fuller. It's nice to bring him in. He can show off his ring. That'll be awesome. We got Moreau. We got Danny Johnson, Aaron's favorite player. Strowman, Aaron's favorite player. The People's Corner, Mr. Moreland.
All right, I think I figured out how to do it. Hold on.
And we've got other guys named like Jimmy Reeves. I remember him. Maurice Smith. I kind of remember him. Simeon Thomas.
Yeah.
I kind of remember him. I think that the cornerback position is really going to be a big time. It's going to be a big time for them to look at that and say, we got to improve that going into next year. So that we'll see.
Ask Sean in. Can you unmute yourself? I'm having trouble unmuting him. We'll figure it out. Hold on. Sean in. Are you there?
Bum, bum, bum.
Not there.
I don't have him.
All right, hold on.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bear with me. Almost got this figured out. We're so close.
All right, so I noticed that there was some like fake football tournament for gamers that some guy had a team and he didn't want a real quarterback in there, so he put Tress Way in as the quarterback because it was a left-armed quarterback.
What?
And so since he was a left-armed quarterback, and he stuck him in as the quarterback and his punter. And the secret to him was that his quarterbacks never threw a single pass, and he won the entire tournament.
Dude, I think we got Sean in. Sean, are you there? Let me try it again. Sean, are you there? We can hear him. We got him.
Ah, there he is. Woo-hoo.
We did it. I just had it muted over here. So I got to figure out the permissions on the channel, but we got Sean in. So real quickly, Sean, and then we're going to try to bring CJack17 into the show and see his thoughts. I'm really excited about this working.
All right. Nice.
And first of all, I wanted to say thank you for your service because I didn't realize you were the one of those guys. And second of all, thanks for helping us test some of this stuff this weekend. And now I would like to hear your thoughts. Who will be the starting outside linebackers for the Redskins this year? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that Thomas Davis dude that we picked up.
Junior or senior.
Man. Okay. So do you think that Reuben Foster will be able to play? Have you heard anything about that at all? Yeah.
Football shape.
Yeah, I mean, that would be interesting. So you're saying outside Cole Holcomb, who is one of my favorite players from last year, and Reuben Foster moved out there, and then John Bostic or whoever, or Davis, whichever one wins that out. Okay, cool, man. All right, thank you, and we'll try to get C-Jack on and see what C-Jack thinks.
See what's going on here.
See what's going on. C-Jack, I think you can come on. I think you have to unmute yourself down in the corner, if I'm not mistaken.
Taco.
If not, let us know. But I think you can click on your voice down there and say unmute. You should be able to. If not, we'll figure it out for next time, I guess. But yeah, see if you can unmute your mic. Because I don't think I have it muted. Anyway, you know what we could do is bring Sean back on and say, dude, how did you unmute yourself?
Yeah, really.
Sean, can you hear me? I think. How did you unmute? How did you unmute yourself? Our technical expert from. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So basically, after I figured out how to unmute you, you were fine. Okay. Did you hear that, C-Jack? You can come in if you can unmute yourself from the bottom left-hand corner. Anyway, all right, John. So what?
Yeah.
What's the next item of business here?
Well,
I've got all these new toys I'm playing with.
let's see. Well, we're still talking about Tressway leading that awesome. We can actually talk about a little bit of Washington Nationals news, if you would like to.
Yes, I saw the ring. Is that what you're bringing up?
You saw the ring.
Yes, the ring looked amazing. And I read about all the different things that it stood for. Some of them were a little bit of a reach where it was like, I think we need to fit 52 diamonds on here and let's talk about what they mean. They're like adding things.
Yeah.
But the ring looks pretty sweet. I love that they have the baby shark on the inside.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
I thought that was a very good addition to the ring. Absolutely. And it's on the inside, so you know it's there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Yep. Oh, CJ says he can't unmute. What? All right, hold on. Let me see if it's a roll situation. Hold on. All right, dude, hold on. I'm trying to figure it out, CJ. Roll. Make him a starter. See if you can unmute now, CJ. I made you a starter.
A starter.
It's like they have all these roles in here where you can assign people different roles. And I think one of them,
ride the bench, son.
They like override each other and things like that, and I gotta figure that out. I gotta simplify that. But we got C-Jack on here. If he can unmute himself. I can't unmute myself, dudes. I can't unmute myself. Let me see if I make him a let's see if he can unmute himself now. Try it now. Sean N says, it's the role. I can work with you on that. Anyway, so yeah, the more about the ring.
Yeah.
I like the five diamond or stars, and then the fifth one was a ruby star for the championship or for the World Series. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, with the four being four different parts of the playoffs that they went through each time. I mean, it was an amazing run. You can't. It's really hard to discount it, especially because they beat the cheating Astros. That was the biggest thing of all, because everyone knew they were cheating. So, just it was just that much better thinking about that. So, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna try to make. Here's what I'm doing right now. I just made CJack17 a moderator.
Okay.
So he unmuted himself. He had to be a moderator. We'll fix this later.
How about that?
See, I can hear you.
There he is.
Victory. Yes, CJack17. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was the role situation in Discord. They're kind of like complex, and we're still figuring it out. So we'll get it fixed for next week. It'll let you do that. Basically, what we were trying to avoid is every single a bunch of people coming in and be unmuted all at once. So we'll fix it. Sean N's gonna help us with that.
Yeah. Let's go with linebacker. Yeah.
My opinion, he's going to be out there. I think he's going to be outside. and John Bostic will be on the inside, and Reuben Foster will have to switch to the outside. But and then Cole Holcomb would back him up. I don't know. Depth players. I mean, they're going to be hopefully doing rotation. It all depends what happens at training camp, if we have a training camp.
Yeah.
But,
really.
I saw Reuben Foster was like riding his bike the other day. He looked like he was doing really well, like he's excited for the season and stuff. But I mean, did y'all see that video about his whole like his nerve treatment? It was on YouTube. There's like he had to go out of the country, like South America or something like that, to go get some stem cell or some type of nerve treatment because he couldn't feel feelings in his foot. I'm talking about Reuben Foster.
I did hear about that.
There's a whole video on YouTube. I mean, it came out a couple months ago, like I think back in like January or something, but like where he actually gave an update on his status, and he was still like, it was just starting to feel things in his toes and stuff. But I mean, he looks 100% better now than he did then. So I don't know about football ready, but man, I think he'd be a huge lift to our defense. He's just so fast, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got so much talent.
Yeah. We need that. We need that speed at our linebacker position.
We need a lot of speed at linebacker. That's for sure.
When did you see this video of him looking really well? Sorry.
It was a couple months ago. I saw the same video. Yeah.
Hey Aaron, after the episode, I'll drop it in the Discord somewhere, like a link to it. If that's cool with you, like a YouTube link to it, so y'all can click on it and watch it.
No, that's more than cool with me, because I want you guys to make
man.
the Discord like your place to hang with the other
For sure.
Redskins displaced Redskins fans.
I kept thinking, were y'all expecting us to do something after the draft? Because I kept expecting us to make some type of move or transition or like another roster addition. But I'm wondering if they're waiting until after June 1st for whatever reason. Like if there's other cuts from teams are waiting to see what's out there.
I think between that and COVID,
Yeah.
I think everything's kind of slowed down, But
yeah.
I was kind of thinking they might actually go for what's his face from the Eagles, Peters. What happened with that dude?
Jason Peters.
Did he move anywhere yet?
So his agent is the same agent as Trent Williams. I don't know if y'all are aware of that.
Yep.
Oh, I did hear that.
Yeah.
So I would love Jason Peters because he would be the perfect guy for 1 year.
Yeah.
While we get Charles up to speed, right? Like that's my opinion. Like we need if we don't have a good left tackle, and we've seen this in years in the past when Trent was hurt or when we tried to replace him, Donald Penn was like a good Band-Aid, right?
It was
season to help us heal, right? So now, like if we don't have a good NFL starting caliber tackle, we're going to get killed all season long, and we're going to lose games just because of that reason. Because Haskins,
for that reason alone, yeah,
they're going to exploit it and take advantage of it. And the fact that our left side is questionable. I mean, not only him, but our left guard. We don't even know if we have a good left guard. I mean, just because we brought in guys from outside.
Yeah.
Who's the guy from the Falcons? We brought a guy from the Falcons. He has a bit off my head right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that dude's name, but he was like going to be depth at most from what I was reading.
Yeah. Do you think Wes Martin's going to start, or who do you think is going to be the left guard?
I think Wes Martin has a really good shot if he could grow like during the off season, the COVID thing and whatnot. I mean, he's got a good shot to start. I really love the Big Ten offensive linemen, like from Wisconsin for him, I think, and Michigan and Iowa and all those places. I want to get those guys, get those guys in there, like those big, huge dudes. We don't need those little Mike Shanahan guys that were always like cutting people and everything like that. I didn't like those guys. I want these big dudes that'll hold up and give the quarterback a lot of time to throw the ball.
These young guys, it's what's going to be telling is how committed they're going to be to their off-season training during the COVID, if they're going to be pushing themselves, because we don't have many camps, we don't have any OTAs, anything that's going to be keeping them on schedule. Apparently they're doing 2-hour team meetings a day, I think, by Zoom or something like that. But that's what I've heard.
Do they have to get up and show their stomachs and be like,
dude, look at my abs, dude.
How do we know you're in shape? Look at this. Look at this 6-pack. I just imagine like the dude Chunk from Goonies. They like.
Chunk.
By the way, I saw that dude. I saw that dude on YouTube. Like, who was
The
it?
NFL guy.
Yeah, there was
played Sloth. Yeah.
It was Josh Gad that did a reunion of all the people from Goonies on like a Zoom meeting on his YouTube channel, and that dude that dude that played Chunk is like built now.
The Chuck Shuffle.
Good
Yeah,
for
the
him.
shuffle. The truffle shuffle. That's what we're calling this.
Truffle shuffle.
That's what we're calling this episode. Anyway, yeah.
Well, who's gonna be in shape when we do hopefully have training camp? I don't know. I mean, I hope. I mean, it seems like I watch all the guys or follow them as much as I can on social media or try to see what's going on. But I just pray and hope for the best for all the guys. Condition, getting up to speed and being ready.
There's certain dudes that I don't worry about, like AP. He's gonna be ready at his best.
Yeah. You know he's gonna be ready.
But all the rookies that don't know what's about to hit them, and you know they can plan as much as they can, but everyone's always like, "Yeah, I just didn't know the speed until I saw it." You know,
Yeah, right.
every single player says that.
There's so many guys I'm waiting to see, like Bryce Love. He with the Redskins guys, and
That's a really good point.
Like,
Bryce Love.
Yeah. If he doesn't come through this year, I don't know if they're going to hold out for another year for him because he technically hasn't. He played like a partial season in 2018, so
Everyone's going to be like, he's like really, truly, he's a rookie this year.
Sean in the peanut gallery, dominating the peanut gallery tonight. He's already level 4 on his way to starting on our Discord server. He has a good point, dude. I did see that picture of Haskins. They say he's dropped some weight and looks really good.
Yeah,
he does. He looks trim, right? He looks like he trimmed up. I mean, that's only going to help us hopefully to at least be a little bit more mobile because he's not the most mobile quarterback there is.
Yeah, so, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think next week we should talk about the. We should talk more about the running backs. We should get into that.
Yeah, I think that's a good time. We'll look more on the offensive side of the ball, all the wide receivers that can't catch that we have.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not wide receivers, all the tight ends that we have that are pass first, you know, or block first for passes, you know.
Yeah. So let's talk about that next week. Cool. CJ, thanks for calling in, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you next week. Sean's going to figure out this whole role situation so we can make that more streamlined. But anyway, we'll talk.
How about that?
Aaron John, y'all take care, man.
All right, you too. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
So, okay, he left the room. So we're good. Okay, so we kind of figured it out, right? We're getting some kinks out, but it looks like it's
I think so.
Here's the interesting thing, like, you know.
Sean Nelson just said big fat baddies.
Yeah. I spent so many hours trying to get this stuff switched over in the last week, but my computer, my other computer, which was like a 12-core processor computer, blah, 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 supposed to be awesome, it always was in the red when it was streaming and said 96% CPU being used, 97%. You know what this one's saying right now? 2.9% at 60 frames per second. And we had to stream in 720p on the other one. We're doing 1080 now. Next week, I'm going to try to kick it up to 4K so you guys can see how good looking I really am. I'm a specimen.
I'm a specimen. Look at my 8-pack.
Notice that my 6-pack's covered up by this little bar on the
Look at my 8-pack. Oh, you guys can't see it?
Look at my dude, forget the 8-pack. I got a keg.
There it is.
Anyway, dudes, I think that about wraps it up for this week. If you guys have, I forgot my outro. If it works, there it is.
There it is.
If you guys have suggestions for what you want to talk about on the podcast, or just want to pop into the Discord during the week, I'm in there a bunch. John's in there all the time. Other people are hanging out in there. There's also a I guess they call it a chat channel, text channel for podcast topics. Put in there what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
And we'll bring it on
definitely.
the next show. Thanks to everyone on YouTube in there. David Herzig. CJ Shoots photo somehow has duality and was in both rooms at the same time. Of course, Sean in for helping us with all the setups and everything.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, man.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins. And if you see a Cowboys fan,
Joker!
Joker.